For reasons that utterly escape everyone involved, you're listening to a bipolar, a schizophrenic, and a podcast. Here are your hosts, Gabe Howard and Michelle Hammer.
Welcome to this episode of Bipolar, a Schizophrenic, and a Podcast. My name is Gabe, and I have bipolar.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm schizophrenic.
And today we are going to talk about...
sleep hygiene.
You couldn't even say it exciting?
Well, I mean, I like sleeping. Hygiene is something I struggle with, but together, they form a thing. What is it, Gabe?
The rituals, behaviors, and norms that you follow around sleep, and they're referred to as, hey, shocker, sleep hygiene. Regularly pulling all-nighters or sleeping in on the weekend so that you can make up for lost sleep are both examples of poor sleep hygiene. Conversely, following a regular sleep schedule and avoiding things like caffeine, staying up all night, binging on Netflix are good sleep hygiene practices. Listen, don't beat yourself up if you don't practice perfect sleep hygiene. Even I don't practice perfect sleep hygiene.
Damn right you don't, because we stay up all night watching The People's Court.
That is an example of poor sleep hygiene. You hate sleep hygiene. You and I have been doing this a while now, and we get asked different things that lead where the answer is sleep hygiene. And every time I say, look, you've got to pay attention to your sleep, you literally look at me and roll your eyes. Why is the concept of sleep hygiene bother you so much?
I don't know why it bothers me so much. It's just the question of you should really get sleep because sleep is important. And if you don't get enough sleep, you won't feel good in the morning, and then you might have a bad day. So sleep hygiene really is important. Case closed.
I wish it was called if you don't get enough sleep, you'll be a crabby ass. And if you're mentally ill and you don't get enough sleep, you'll be a crazy crabby ass. Wouldn't that be cooler? Now you're getting into it. Gabe's explaining how sleep makes you not a crazy crabby ass.
Well, then you need more sleep, Gabe.
Oh my God, I would call it get enough sleep so you're not an asshole.
Yeah, get enough sleep because you're not an asshole. That's your next book, Gabe.
All of my books are just going to have asshole in the title. And when we get really big and famous, you know what my book's going to be called?
Asshole?
I worked with an asshole.
I worked with an asshole.
We should get shirts that say I'm with asshole and it points to the left and yours points to the right. And then we'll just walk down the street together.
No, I'm just going to walk on the other side with you so everybody can think that we're talking about everybody else.
That's right, because we are a unit and we would never call each other assholes in public.
That's right. I would never insult you, Gabe.
Never.
I never ever insulted you. I've never said anything mean about you.
You know this
ever.
is being recorded, right?
Oh, there's proof of this?
Oh, there's so much proof.
Oh no. What's going on? Are people catching me in my lies? Do I need more sleep? Maybe I didn't get my sleep hygiene enough. Oh no.
All sleep hygiene is paying attention to your sleep and doing the things that allow you to sleep well so that you wake up refreshed. Going to bed at the same time every night and getting up at the same time every morning. How we sleep is very important. For example, do you get in bed and toss and turn all night? That would be an example of poor sleep. Good sleep is you stay relatively set. And there's things that you can do that contribute to good sleep hygiene, like only use your bed for sleep and sex. Other people use their beds for everything. For example, Michelle, your bed is basically the corporate offices of a bipolar, a schizophrenic, and a podcast.
Listen, I live in New York City. Where am I supposed to put a desk?
You have a living room?
Where am I supposed to fit a desk in my living room?
You could put the desk in your bedroom.
Where am I supposed to fit a desk in my bedroom?
There is enough room for a desk.
No, there is not. You obviously have never been to my apartment.
That's not true.
I have 3 people. I have 3 people in a 2-bedroom, Gabe.
All right, I'll give you that.
There's no room for a desk.
These are the struggles that people have then, right? What you're saying is look, I need to do things in my bed. This is important to me because I just don't have a lot of space. So I have my laptop, I sit in bed and I do things like record my show, do my writing, run my business. You do an amazing number of things in your bed.
You don't even know what goes on in my bed, Gabe.
My
bed's got stories you wouldn't even believe.
That is not a sex joke. I've seen you prepare orders on your bed. Your t-shirt business and your clothing line and your leggings and all of that stuff. You get big orders and you've got packaging material, labeling and everything all on your bed. You got tape. But
that's not usually on my bed. I don't want people thinking that I'm putting stuff on my bed like that. I might lay out some stuff, but I usually do it in my living room.
The point that I'm making is that your bed is a flat surface in a place where a flat surface is at a premium. So you can see why. But can you see why doing all of those things in your bed can create this idea in your body that when you're in your bed, it's not time to sleep? When you climb into bed, your body doesn't know if you're working on the next great project or if you're trying to sleep. It kind of confuses you on a subconscious level a little bit. And that's why the idea of just using your bed for sleep is good for sleep hygiene. For me, in my house, when I get into bed, there's nothing else to do there.
You have an office and a desk, Gabe.
Listen, you're coming up with a lot of reasons that you can't do it, but the bottom line is if you are having trouble sleeping...
I'm not having trouble sleeping.
Okay, in this case, you don't need to practice some of these sleep hygiene levels, but there's many people who do.
That's true. What about how you say, like, remember that time I was like, I'm going to get out of bed at 10 o'clock every day. And you were like, lie.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of go with sleep hygiene of sleeping far too late?
So not getting enough sleep is poor sleep hygiene. Getting too much sleep is also poor sleep hygiene. It's getting the right amount of sleep. And the next thing that I want to talk about is this magical 8 hours number. This is just bullshit. It's bullshit. It's an average. The average person needs 8 hours of sleep. When was the last time people with mental illness were ever considered the average person? So people are beating themselves up if they need too much sleep or if they're not sleeping enough based on some number that they read on the internet.
Yeah.
You can see where this would be. It's like, I slept 10 hours and I woke up feeling refreshed, but I'm so lazy. I slept 2 hours too long. Yeah. If that's the amount of sleep that you need, that's the amount of sleep that you need. And the reverse is also true. Well, I only slept 6 hours. I'm not getting enough sleep. Well, do you wake up refreshed? Do you get tired throughout the day? Do you have enough energy? Then 6 hours is enough. You need sleep to survive.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
You need sleep.
Right.
We are not robots.
Right.
But if we were robots, maybe we would need a plug.
Yeah, we don't have plugs. We're not Priuses.
Oh.
We're not the Nissan Volt.
I'm not a car?
We're not a Tesla.
Well, maybe if you want to like jump on my back, I can carry you and then I'll be a car.
There are so many reasons you're not a Tesla. You're not high quality.
Hey!
Nobody wants you.
Hey!
And you don't run right.
I had a Hyundai.
Yeah, I can see you as a Hyundai.
Hey, shut up.
Your Hyundais are pretty,
but
they're not very reliable.
I had a 2002 before they got pretty.
Oh, so you're an ugly Hyundai.
I'm an ugly Hyundai, yes. One time it got hit by a preacher. It actually did.
Wait, your Hyundai got hit by God?
I'm pretty tired. Let's hear from our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.com. Secure, convenient, and affordable online counseling. All counselors are licensed, accredited professionals. Anything you share is confidential. Schedule secure video or phone sessions, plus chat and text with your therapist whenever you feel it's needed. A month of online therapy often costs less than a single traditional face-to-face session. Go to BetterHelp.com/Psych Central and experience 7 days of free therapy to see if online counseling is right for you. BetterHelp.com/Psych Central.
We're back talking sleep hygiene, Michelle's favorite subject. If you're having sleeping problems, it can be a couple of different things. One, it can just be the makeup of who you are as a person. And there's things that you can do to sleep better. Again, like the whole dreaded only use your bed for sleep and sex. And yes, I know you live in New York City, but there's other things that you can do as well. Like I have rituals surrounding my bedtime. And I know that people think that they're boring and lame or whatever, and they are boring and lame, but they pay big, big dividends.
What I was also going to say was that I do take a pill at night, and if I did not take that pill at night, I would not sleep whatsoever.
Now, is that pill to help you sleep, or is that pill to treat schizophrenia?
No, it was prescribed to help schizophrenia, and I noticed
it has the added benefit.
It has the added benefit of knocking me out at night. If I did not take it, I'd be up all night long.
That's an interesting thing, too. I have the same thing. There is a pill that pretty much knocks me out as well, but it's not a sleeping pill. It just, one of the side effects is that it makes me sleepy, so I moved it to nighttime. And this is where it becomes very good to understand what your medication does, what the side effects are, and how you can benefit from it.
Yeah, one of those pills that always says on the bottle, do not operate heavy machinery or drive a car when you take this medication, you know?
Talk to your doctor about taking that at night, because if you took it in the morning, you'd be sleepy all day. Yeah. By moving it to night, you can use the side effect to your advantage.
Absolutely.
You can take that pill at the same time every day, which by definition will make you fall asleep at the same time every day.
What usually happens is at night, I get a little chatty with myself and I get told, take your medicine. Have you taken your medicine yet? You need to take your medicine. And I go, Yeah, okay. I'll take it. Because I start just talking to imaginary people, going into delusions. It's kind of what happens.
But the people that are telling you to do that, they're not saying that mean. Like,
not at
you're
all.
saying it kind of in a mocking way,
No,
but you're really just trying to be funny, right?
No,
Like,
it's
they're
not.
kind.
It's not mocking. It's more like out of care. It's like, are you okay? Did you take your medicine? Are you good right now? Maybe you should go take your medicine now. Like, because we see you not in reality at the moment.
And then you take that pill, you go to bed, and then you get up the next morning refreshed.
Right.
Now, another part of your sleep hygiene is when you wake up in the morning, you also need to immediately take your morning pills. So even though that's not technically sleep hygiene because it's more part of your morning routine, it's sort of tangentially based.
It is.
You have a thing that you need to do when you awaken.
Right. And if I get up and I don't take my morning pills, I am just pacing around my apartment just maybe for an hour. Just back and forth, and I need somebody in the morning pretty much telling me, go take your medicine, otherwise I am just going to dilly-dally forever.
So even though you hate sleep hygiene, you're sort of admitting that you're practicing it. You take your pills at the end of the day at the same time. Those pills help you sleep. Once you take the pills, you go to sleep. When you wake up at the same time every day, you take those pills and that helps you. And when you're away from people who don't keep you on this schedule, you stay up all night, you sleep all day, and it wrecks your productivity.
Absolutely.
So even though you hate sleep hygiene, you acknowledge that you benefit from it wildly.
Absolutely. But I just hate talking about sleep hygiene all the time.
Yeah, who wants to talk about sleep hygiene?
Sleep hygiene is just so annoying.
One of the reasons that I love sleep hygiene so much is because as somebody who's experienced mania and stayed up for 3, 4, 5 days at a time, that was very dangerous and it was very bad. It was very bad for my relationships. It was very bad for jobs. I could have died. I lost complete control of my senses and faculties. And if I would have gotten in a car or jumped off a roof, these are things that really could have harmed me. So that's really, really important. And 2, when I don't get enough sleep, the next day is awful. Here's an example from recent memory. I stayed up pretty much all night because I have insomnia. And the next day, all I did was walk around and tell everybody I know that if I was dead, the world would be a better place. I wasn't suicidal, but it was close because I felt so bad. I just felt so run down and so awful, and it fed the depression. You remember I texted you and I'm just like, this is stupid. We shouldn't do it anymore. And you're like, what are you talking about?
I did not even know what to do at that point because I was just trying to comfort you, I guess. I was trying to be like, what are you talking about, Gabe? I don't know where this is coming from because that's just not you. It's not something you usually say. You're usually very motivated.
And this was an example of behavior that came directly from not getting enough sleep. So as boring as sleep hygiene is, you can see why it's so important to me because I don't want to walk around telling people that I'd be better off dead.
Yeah.
And I imagine that you probably don't want to hear that I think that I'm better off dead. That's got to be scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think that you love me.
I also want to bring up, do we not remember the little interview of Kanye West saying he's not bipolar, he's suffering from sleep deprivation? Do you know what a huge symptom of bipolar is?
Sleep deprivation.
Yes. Who is not practicing good sleep hygiene?
I'm going to go with Kanye West.
You're right, Gabe. You're right.
Here's some quick hints and tips for people that are having trouble sleeping to help fall asleep at night. 1, I really strongly suggest only using your bed for sleep and sex. But 2, I have a sleep machine.
What if you have sex on your couch?
Look, you can have, nobody is saying that you can only have sex in your bed, Michelle.
I'm just saying, because then what if you're having sex on your couch, or you take a nap on your couch, and then what are you doing work on your couch?
Let me stop you there. You should not nap on your couch. You should not sleep anywhere but in a bed or your own bed. And this, of course, for people like us who travel a lot, this is very difficult. And I'll get to that in a minute because I want to go back to the sleep machine. People are like, what the hell is a sleep machine?
Yeah, what's a sleep machine?
Yeah, it's really a sound machine. It's like a white noise machine. I call it a sleep machine because I only use it for sleeping. So I turn it on and it helps regulate the room. It sounds like this. Are you ready? So when I lay in bed, that's all I can hear. So it blocks out a lot of the external noise. It keeps the noise from going high and low and high and low. Research tells us that it's noises that are out of the ordinary that wake us up. So for example, people that live next to train tracks, they can sleep through the train because after a couple of weeks, their body is expecting that noise. So that noise doesn't wake them up.
That's true.
It's the same thing behind those fire alarms, those smoke alarms, where instead of beeping, you can record your voice. Or you can record your spouse's voice or your mother's voice. So it yells like, wake up, Michelle, the house is on fire, instead of beep, 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 beep.
I see what you're saying about
Now,
that.
listen, I'm going to wake up immediately when it goes beep, 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 beep. But that's just me. And this is also why some people have alarm clocks that play the radio, because they get used to the beeping in the morning. Whereas the radio is always going to be different songs, different sounds, different, rhythms, etc. So it kind of forces them up in the morning. And then some people have so much trouble getting up that they have, like a vibrating pillowcase, which I didn't even know existed until doing research about sleep.
I didn't know that existed until just this moment right now.
Yeah, the way that it works is it's got a cord. You put it inside your pillow and you sleep on it. And then when it's time to get up, the pillow shakes.
I would have never guessed you sleep on your pillow.
I do sleep on my pillow. I sleep with my head on my pillow.
Yeah,
I don't need a vibrating pillowcase, but I found out about this through the research, and I found out about it because the deaf community uses it. And that makes sense, because how else would the deaf community can't set an alarm?
Genius!
They use a vibrating pillowcase. And they also have vibrating pillowcases that are so advanced that they can hook into things like smoke alarms. So if the smoke alarm goes off, it automatically vibrates their pillow.
I have an Alexa, which connects to my partner's cell phone. And sometimes she'll beep into the Alexa and going, wake up! Wake up! Are you awake? Wake up! And I'm like, oh my God, this bitch.
Wait. How do I do that?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you how to get into my Alexa. Or it has like different like alarms you can wake up to that, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know. Whatever's the guy married to Gwen Stefani. That guy. What's his name?
Gwen Stefani? Don't speak. Just tell me what you're feeling.
Oh, shut up. Whatever his name is. The guy that was voted sexiest man in America. What is his name?
The Rock?
No. Blake Shelton. Sometimes I wake up to just the alarm clock of Blake Shelton, like, oh, is it a morning? Can I get a beer? Or maybe I get a coffee.
So it's actually
like
his voice?
It's his voice waking me up, yeah. Talking about beer and coffee.
And these things help you get up at the same time every day. Because one of the dangers of not getting up at the same time every day is you sort of reset your cycle. So let's say, for example, that you go to bed at 8 and you get up at 8. Now that's 12 hours of sleep, and that's a lot, but let's say that that's how much you need. And it's also easy math for me. So you go to bed at 8 and you get up at 8, and that's your 12-hour sleep pattern. But let's say that one of those days you go to bed at midnight. Now, if you follow your same 12-hour sleep pattern, you're going to get up at noon. Well, if you go to bed at midnight and you get up at noon that day, what are the chances you're going to fall asleep at 8 that night? You're not. You're going to go to sleep at midnight again, and then you're going to be on a midnight to noon, and that's really going to reset your sleep schedule. So the best thing to do is that even though you stayed up too late and went to bed at midnight, you're actually pretty wise to get up at 8 anyway. Or maybe push it to 9, but don't get the full 12 hours. You might drag a little bit that day, but then at 8 o'clock that night, you'll go to bed again. Sleep just really, really impacts. It just does.
It does. I can't tell you how many bosses have spoken to me about getting in on time.
And getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
Whether you have mental illness or not, sleep can really impact the kind of day that you have. Find the most mentally healthy person that you can find and keep them up all night. And then see how they act the next day. And when you're living with bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, major depression, anxiety, OCD, etc., the way that the sleep interacts with those illnesses is huge. I know that sleep is boring, but it really is important. And so often getting more sleep, just like getting more exercise or eating healthier or showering or doing self-care or coping mechanisms or taking our meds on time, sleep plays a vital role in keeping us healthy. And I know it's boring, Michelle.
It's just boring to talk about sleep hygiene. That's what I think. But I understand sleep is important. I completely understand. I get it. Sleep. Yes, sleep. I'll go take a nap if you want me to take a nap.
No, napping is bad. Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. Don't take a nap. Don't take a nap. Don't ever take a nap. Naps are evil. Naps are evil.
Another thing that I want people to understand is that, sleep matters. Sleep is a medical thing. If you are having trouble sleeping, that is a symptom. Report that to your psychiatrist, to your general practitioner, to your family doctor. So many people don't report issues sleeping, and so many doctors don't ask people if they're having trouble sleeping. If you are not getting enough sleep, if you are having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, please talk to your doctor. I know it's not sexy, but for real, this could be why you're having side effects from medication. This could be why you're having issues managing your mental illness. It might have nothing to do with mental illness at all. It might be a sleep problem, but because so many people aren't asking about it, they're not getting help with it. Sleep, it's boring. but it's real necessary.
Gabe's going to come out with a new shirt that says sleep matters.
Sleep does matter.
Sleep
you think
matters.
people would buy it?
I don't think anyone would buy that shirt.
I'd be like, define sleep.
Define sleep. No, what? No.
Don't
Sleep
be
matters.
paranoid. You sleep fine.
Sleep matters. If you don't agree, then stay awake.
How many words are you going to put on this?
This is going to be the longest shirt ever because when you're done reading the shirt, you're tired enough to sleep.
Hey, maybe this is like, it's an all-natural, vegan, gluten-free sleep aid.
Or buy Gabe's book, Mental Illness is an Asshole, and it'll put you to sleep.
That's just so mean. That's so mean.
No, you read enough, your eyes get tired, you go to bed. Get a little itty-bitty book light.
A little itty-bitty book light so you can strain your eyes and get glasses. We're going to have to do another show on make sure you have enough light to read.
I didn't know that book lights were a bad thing. I'm so sorry. I insulted people. Oh, no, I didn't know.
We're going to get letters for this one.
I didn't know book lights were bad. I thought book lights were good.
Also, they're not book lights. They're lights living for books. Get it right, Michelle.
Oh, my goodness. I can't stop insulting the world about books and sleeping and the world, and Kanye West doesn't get enough sleep and he's sleep deprived and what's going on and setting alarms and Alexa wakes you up and there's a dog sleeping on the floor right now. Who knows? What's going on in the world, Gabe? There's a dog right there, sleeping, taking a nap. Peppy, no naps. Oh, you woke up? Good.
You just yelled at my dog.
He's taking a nap and you said no naps. You said no naps and he's napping.
You yelled his name and he jumped up like you fired a gun at him.
You said no naps and I see him napping.
He's in trouble. What did you do?
Peppy, you're not in trouble, but your father doesn't allow naps. Peppy.
Now would be a good time to point out that the rules for animals and the rules for people often differ. For example, people should not see veterinarians. They should go to people doctors.
People doctors?
People doctors.
People doctors. That's what they're
people
called?
Doctors. Yeah.
Okay.
We need a closing. What do we got?
In conclusion, if you want to have a good, prosperous life, practice good sleep hygiene and make Gabe happy because he really likes this topic. Everyone, if you like a bipolar, schizophrenic, and a podcast, subscribe to us on iTunes, listen to us everywhere, write us a review, give us 5 stars, tell us you love us, tell the world you love us, share everything. We love you, and we hope you love us. Thank you, everybody.
Go to sleep.
Don't do that. That's my thing. You stole my thing, bitch.
You've been listening to a bipolar, a schizophrenic, and a podcast. If you love this episode, don't keep it to yourself. Head over to iTunes or your preferred podcast app to subscribe, rate, and review. To work with Gabe, go to gabehoward.com. To work with Michelle, go to schizophrenic.nyc. For free mental health resources and online support groups, head over to psychcentral.com. The show's official website is psychcentral.com/BSP. You can email us at show@psychcentral.com. Thank you for listening, and share widely.
Just remember, if you're not sleeping, you can't dream.
And if you can't dream about winning a lot of money.
That was dumb. Come up with something better.
That was my dream last night. And if you can't dream, you can't know that a dream is a wish your heart makes.
I don't even know what that means.
It's from Disney.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Okay.
I think Disney has jumped the shark.
Okay. And if you can't dream, you can't have dreams. And if you can't dream, you can't reach for the stars. I don't know where I'm going with this.